Good morning, everyone. I would like to call to order the annual meeting of the Industrial Development Agency, the first meeting of the year, and also to wish you all a happy new year, although I know in talking with a few of you, it seems like that was 3 months ago. Um, all right, can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Roll call. Diane Einen, I am here. Lynn Archer. Here. Mike Ham.
Here.
Steve Kelly.
Here.
Rashida Tyler is absent with notice. Rachel Silverman.
Here.
And Kostu Wahal is also absent with notice. All right. The mission of the IDA is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and long-term economic vitality of the Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonding, and other assistance to foster creation and attraction of new business and the retention and expansion of existing businesses. All right. Agenda item number 4, public comment. Agenda items only. Anyone? Going once, twice. No comment. Executive session. Council, we have no need for executive session. And I'd like to move on to number 7 on the agenda, organizational resolutions. Before we do that, I would like to introduce our new administrative assistant, Lisa. Welcome.
Hi, Lisa.
Welcome.
Hi.
And Lisa began the other day. She's working with Amber already on transitioning, and we want to welcome you, and we look forward to working with you. Thanks for being here. Yeah. All right. At this point, I would like to open up election for our chairman. Before we actually do that, I would just like to say that it has been a pleasure and honor to serve as chair of this board, particularly in a time of transition with the board and staffing. And I want to thank Joe Scott for all his work, and Amber and Jay and Vicky, the legislative staff, for all they've done to help us through this transition. And I feel really good where we are right now. We have some exciting things going on, and look forward to what the new year is about to bring. Having said that, I also wanted to share that I would not like to be considered for chair moving forward due to increase of work responsibilities. I've enjoyed being chair, but unfortunately that is needs to take my utmost attention right now. We've got some exciting things going on at Penn GSE that I'll be spending more time on. So with that, I would like to open up for nominations for the chair.
Mike Ham.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? All right, no additional nominations, so I would like a motion that we, on page 3, you will see resolution for the election of chairman, and that, can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we need to do roll call, Joe?
We have a setup for a roll call, former chair, or potentially former chair. I think given the efficiency of moving forward, I think a voice vote is fine.
All right, all in favor again? Aye.
Aye.
Any objections?
Any
That'll help
objections?
clarify.
Yeah, any objections? No objections. I now move the meeting to our new
Maybe Mike.
chair of Mike. Cheers, Mike.
Welcome to the throne.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, former Chair. Thanks. I look forward to working with the IDA Board, Economic Development, County Legislature, and everybody in this room moving ahead. Okay, so on the organizational resolutions, we'll do the election of balance of officers. Joe, I don't want to go off script, but I'd like to streamline it a little bit where all officers will remain in positions they are, except for where Diane is now stepping down as the chair. Diane will take over as the governance chair. I'll appoint Diane as the governance chair. Diane will also fill the slot of secretary, because Diane is also a signer on everything for the board.
Great.
If anybody has, how do you want to present that in a whole? I just make a motion.
You just say that, and
Okay.
as long as there's acceptance by the board.
Sure.
I'll fill in with Amber's help, I'll fill in the role there on page 10 of
Mhm.
Schedule A. And did you want the committees to remain the same?
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, so you want the committees
Yeah,
to
everything,
remain, okay.
everything, there's good continuity and flow there,
Right.
yes, yes.
And there's no objection with the,
No, just one question about the working groups.
Well, working groups can be discussed on
Okay.
committee levels,
Yep.
because they report back to the respective committees, so. Okay, so I move that all officers and committee chair positions remain the same with the exception of Diane Enyon taking over as the chair of governance, and Diane will also take over the role of secretary of the IDA.
I'll second.
All in, oh.
With that, will Diane still serve on the audit committee, or will you then serve on the audit committee?
No, Diane can remain, she could remain on the audit committee we've had that in the past, so
Okay.
she can remain, everybody can remain exactly where they are until
So you'll do two.
we get moving ahead here.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Annual housekeeping resolution on page 11. So, this is a resolution approving certain administrative matters of the agency. Amber, do you want to
Yeah,
take the lead on that?
within the annual housekeeping resolution, there's an amendment presented before you, and that is just to adjust the appointment to the bank to be any two members of the board from any of the four positions listed therein, and then each check will be signed by one of the two signatories.
What is it now?
The way that it was initially drafted and circulated, it was to have four members of the board as signatories. So this will decrease the amount of liability.
That makes sense to me.
All in favor of the resolution?
Aye.
Okay. Did you want to take,
I think I missed.
you want the nomination?
Yeah, was there a motion?
The
And,
motion, do you want the motion?
we-
Yeah,
we
can I
need
get a motion on the resolution?
Yep.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great job, yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
Any old business? Any old business? Any new business? Any new business? Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Regular meeting of the IDA. It's prior, you want to wait, let's wait till 9:15.
Yeah, let's wait,
Yep.
let's wait
Yeah.
2 minutes, yes.
Just looked up at the clock. I'd like to call to order the January 18th, 2023 IDA meeting. Can we have a call to order? Diane Enyon?
Here.
Lynn Archer? Here. Michael Ham, here. Steve Kelly?
Here.
Rashida Tyler? Absent with notice. Rachel Silverman?
Here.
And Costu Bala? Absent with notice. Huh? Yeah, Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, I skipped the roll call. Can we please have the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll move on to the mission statement. The mission statement of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and long-term economic vitality of Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonding, and other assistance to foster creation and the attraction of new business and retention and expansion of existing businesses. In front of you, you guys have a copy of the minutes from December 21 on page 3. Could you please take a look at that, and we'll take a motion to accept.
So moved.
Got a
Yeah.
motion? Second, Diane? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comment, agenda items only. Nothing, huh? Boy, it's a good January. Okay. Executive session. Joe, we'll be going into executive session to discuss,
You have pending litigation, the Kingsonian. You have the Ellen Hodgkin small claims matter. And then you have a matter that is under negotiation, the public disclosure or the public discourse of which may affect the results of that.
thank you, Joe.
Is that the sale of real estate?
No, it's a dispute that is potentially going to be subject to litigation. So there's two bases for going into
Good.
executive session.
I like the exempt. Okay.
I'm so moved.
Okay. Aye. Okay, so can I get a motion to come out of executive session, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'd like to report at this time that no action was taken during exempt session or executive session. And it is 10:00, I got 5, but that's okay. Chair's report. So, let's start with Lisa Purcell. She started yesterday on the 17th. Everyone met Lisa, okay? I was just slid a piece of paper from our old admin here, that Lisa will be needed to be equipped with a printer and paper and ink to do her work, and I'd like to get a motion to approve purchasing a printer and ink for Lisa.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Lisa, congratulations. You are the winner of a new printer and paper.
Doesn't get more exciting.
So with that, in being my first chair's report, yeah, right. So once again, I find myself where I'm surrounded here by talented people. This board is very well staffed, okay? We have a great council, all right? And I also would like to touch base that I ask all the members of the committees, okay? Listen, I know you guys are very good at what you do, but I would apply everyone's skill set on your committee, okay? Everybody has a unique brand here, and, let them foster in the job creation, the business opportunities to move ahead. I've always said in the past, and I know Diane's heard this, the old board's heard me say it several times, that you get out of the IDA exactly what you put into the IDA. And so, moving ahead, I think this IDA is here to bring in economic health, sustainability, and growth for Ulster County. I'd also like to take this time to thank Diane Enyon. She did a tremendous job through our transition period, through a very tough transition period. We've talked about this in the past. The wheels were wobbling and wobbling and wobbling, and Diane kept the wheels on, and she kept the lights on. And you know what? It was a very challenging landscape, and she's seen us through it, and I'd like to commend her in every ounce of my being. So, with that, Diane, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Thank you, Mike. I wanted to add that it's just been, again, as chair, a pleasure to work with all of you in that capacity. I'm just really, as Mike said, we went through a lot of transition and a brand new board on top of the other changes, and you guys just stepped right in and rolled up your sleeves and have done tremendous work. So we have our wheels running smoothly because of all the work and effort and commitment of everybody here. So thanks for being a great team. And I look forward to chairing governance and all the fun things the governance committee will bring. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, that is my report. I don't have to move to accept that report, right, Joe? No. All right, financials, accounting, and administrative update. Amber, come on down.
Okay, so Lisa's been set up with the laptop and the monitor. The laptop's now equipped with Microsoft Office Suite and Adobe Editing Access. So that's all up and running and good to go. The annual administrative fee invoices have gone out to projects, and everybody has received the annual information request. 4 site visits have been scheduled, and 1 has actually already taken place. So that's really good news. Invoices are paid to date, and the IDA's financials are in really good shape. Still waiting on a couple of December bank statements, but then once those are, the reconciliations are complete, I'll be able to distribute December financial statements. And I've started working on the procurement report and the investment report, and those will be ready. I anticipate those will be ready for board approval at the February meeting, and those submissions are done through ABO before the annual report. So all good news.
Thank you, Amber. Now we'll move to committee reports. We'll start with audit. Steve?
Okay, the audit committee met prior to this meeting and has a recommendation for a new auditor, PKF O'Connor Davies. We had a discussion of the 3 proposals. We reviewed them. The committee voted unanimously to recommend to the full board this particular auditor. They seem to have the most experience, credibility, recommendations from members of the committee, and they audit other IDAs. They audit a long list of municipal organizations, including the County of Ulster. They do work for the legislature here in Ulster, which is, oversees us. So I think that there's good synergies, or I shouldn't say the committee felt that there was good synergies, and that's our recommendation to the full board for approval.
On the recommendation? Motion?
I move to, I'm moving to recommend to the board, or, so I'm.
Yeah.
To accept the
I'm moving-
recommendation.
I'm moving to accept the recommendation of PKF as the auditor.
Second.
Second? Second, Diane. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good work, Steve.
All right, thank you. That's all we have.
That's it. Finance. Oh, we have Loki Brill. I'm sorry, Loki Brill reports. Who has Loki Brill? Steve, you have Loki Brill? Yep, Loki Brill for monitoring.
Yeah, do it. I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
All right, report from Loki Bureau is on page 9 of your packet. Innis, these are for our current projects. Innis, 0 workers reported, and for, there is no activity on the site. And at Romeo Enterprises, head count of 293 workers were reported, and all were in compliance with a totally monthly compliance average of 100%.
Okay. Steve, anything else on audit?
It does not look like it. It looks like the rest of that report looks like it has, I mean, it is as it is on page 10.
Yeah.
That's how it's reported.
Okay.
I don't think there's any action.
Where the
Yeah, right.
contractors come from to show compliance within each of the contractors on site.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think there's any action that we have to take.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Motion to accept the audit report?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Steve. Rachel, finance?
No
Nope,
report.
no report on finance. Okay, governance. Diane, you want me to do it? You want to take it from here?
Probably would be helpful.
Okay. So governance, we were looking to schedule our next meeting, but we were coming into the annual, the elections. So with Diane taking over as chair of governance, we'll get everything over to Diane. I'm sure Kostub and I'm sure Lynn will be bringing her into the loop and to what's going on. Our focus was going to be a lot on housing to see what we can do to amend our housing policy. I do have one little peeve that I have going on, and it's one little word in the housing. I'll get that over to you also. But I know Diane is very acclimated to the governance committee. She's been on it for the last three years, so I think she's going to do a great job. Lynn?
Yes, Chair, did we get our housing package, the stuff that, that was the one thing at our last meeting, all the info you had on housing that you were gonna get it.
You know what? I sent it to Costu with the first one, and it got kicked back to me. I don't know what goes on out there. Okay, I don't know. But in yours, I do have a whole packet. Okay, and I also was updating Diane that I have extra things that came across my, through my findings.
So you're gonna send it electronically?
You're gonna get everything, I have, whatever it is, and if I have to, I'll just, I'll have them mailed over to you, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
that'd be
It may be
great.
even
I think
better,
yeah, that's the
you
one
know?
piece that we were been.
And listen, I've got nice, neat handwriting, so I don't wanna hear anybody say I can't
Well, if
read
I
it.
can't read something, I'll
Yeah,
call you.
I don't wanna hear it, okay?
Thank
But anyway, I believe Diane is going to do a great job in governance. She's got the know-how. She's been involved the whole process when we were going through all the policy changes in housekeeping and everything. So she's very well up to speed on that, Diane?
No, I look forward to working on the housing with the governance committee. It's a priority for us moving forward, and also wrapping up all of the issues related to being fully staffed and the organizational structure of the IDA that comes under the governance committee. So we hope to have that wrapped up too soon.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Old business. Status of pending projects. Joe?
Thank you, Chair. If you go to page 11, I have a one-page report there on pending projects. No change other than the addition, which is very good news, the addition of item number 4, the Zinc 8 project. You'll recall that we took action at the December meeting adopting an inducement resolution in connection with the potential issuance of bonds for that project. And as part of that authorization, we directed staff and council to work toward scheduling a public hearing. That has been scheduled for the 31st of January, the evening of, in the town of Ulster. And we'll get that detailed information to you so that you can attend if you want. There's no requirement for board members to attend the public hearing. You will get minutes of the public hearing for your review at a subsequent meeting of the IDA. But again, if you want to attend, that's your discretion. Typically, what we do is have operationally is have one member of the IDA attend, so that we have at least one member of the IDA at the meeting to run, or at the hearing to run the public hearing. And with that, I'll open it up for any comments or questions.
Does anybody have, did anybody look at their calendars and see if they have availability for the 31st?
I'll be in New York City.
Okay. Okay, well, you know what, let's get that over to Lisa, okay, if somebody can, I'll be there. I don't want Joe to go it alone. So, okay, but once again, like Joe said, everybody's open to being there. And I think everybody should experience a public hearing meeting.
Depends on what time.
That's 7 p.m., Steve.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Town hall. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, status of pending enforcement matters?
Right. Just to follow up on Golden Hill, the assessor for the city of Kingston did get back to me, would like us to send a bill. I'm working through with him on the number, and then we'll get that bill, and then we'll be able to close that out. That's all I have on enforcement, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Zinc 8.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Okay, thank you. What time?
7 p.m.
Okay. So, speaking with Amber, 3 RFPs were authorized at the December regular meeting. On these, the 3 FRPs, 2 received, 1 response each. Currently, the idea is one proposal to consider technological services. It's before you. That is in your packet. Should be, anyway. I don't think anybody's had a chance to really review some of this.
pricing,
Mm-hmm.
which, at $193,000 through 800, is this the one we're talking about?
This is the one, yeah. Amber, what it, could you
Seems
help us out here? What
expensive.
it break down to, like 30,000 a year?
A month. Oh, I'm sorry, a year.
2,500 a month, yeah.
Yeah.
Year one is 30,000, and then I believe it was a 7.5 percent annual markup thereafter. You could do a 1 year. You're not tied to approving all three.
Okay.
They had it, that's what I'm saying, there's a typo.
I think even with a annual jump built in, 3-year total of nearly $200,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they had a,
yeah, it
there
was
was a
there.
little typo there.
Calculation here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we're all going to quit our regular jobs and get into this. Yeah, like
Maybe.
page 3 of their thing, it says what's included, and down at the bottom, it says 12 months, $2,500 a month, total of 30,000 for the year.
first year, right? Yeah.
I also, I think I would benefit from a little more information about what's included. It seems a little bit general,
Mm-hmm.
and potentially not as much of the hands-on work that we need. I just want to talk about what exactly that website maintenance means to them. Let's just clarify, to make sure what we need an outside person to do is the stuff they're gonna cover and not, pick up stuff that we can handle ourselves and leave us to have to hire an additional vendor to provide support.
Isn't there anyone more local that could do this? I mean, these folks are far away.
You know, Steve,
You know what, I have someone more local that I have not been able to get to because I've been out of town, so I'm hoping to reach out. I don't know that we need to.
we don't need to vote on this right now, no, because everybody's getting this for the first time, and we need to, we'll need to digest it. But I agree with Steve, too. You know what, I asked Amber where this goes out, to get on the website, the county website, it was on the IDA website. I think we need to broaden that a little bit.
Could we look at like the Chamber of Commerce's member list for people that do this kind of work and send it to them?
Sure,
I mean, I would.
great idea.
Nothing wrong with these folks, but it would just seem like this is not a uncommon thing to do this.
I hope we don't need any hands-on.
Yeah, and Steve, you put the name of someone that I'm still gonna reach out to her. I just got back into town, so I'm gonna give her a call, that woman from Woodstock, and forward the RFP to her and see if
Yeah.
she has an interest as well.
Were there also some things, Rachel, you noticed that weren't in here in this brief description of what's included that, working with Steve Janak and the working group on communication that we would want to see in
All of
here
that, none of that
is in there.
covered in
So I
here.
think that's
It's a
important
very-
too, that we make sure that's included, whatever we send out in an RFP.
Okay.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll table this out, okay? Until everybody has a chance to go through it. Whatever input you have on it. Rachel, you seem to have your finger on the pulse on this, so that's going to be good, okay?
So do we need a motion for that?
I don't think we need a motion to table it, no.
Do we need anything to change? Make sure if we have to change the RFP to reflect, to make sure that the services are all listed in the RFP, that we actually,
I'll check it again.
I think it was.
RFP was
Right.
thorough.
I just,
Was it? Yeah, it was, you know what, see,
just want to make sure that.
my
we
thing was, is
do.
because we were sitting there doing it, remember we took the AV and then we did with separate IT, so I just want to, Rachel's correct, is it,
The one proposal that was received is under $40,000. So I believe that we can enhance the scope of the RFP and try to solicit quotations because we're under the RFP threshold.
okay. Okay, so, we need a motion. We need to extend the deadline on the RFP for accounting services and the RFP on the audiovisual service. It's going to terminate here in what, February? Next meeting? So,
Well, let's prior to
we,
Let's make it, what about February 11th?
yeah, but I don't think we can wait till, February 11th is our last date on that. I'm thinking that we extend this until we get some RFPs coming in, and I think that's gonna be a difficult task too, is to get the RFPs on these, on some of these. I think we extend it at least, I'm always a quarterly guy, I like 3 months all the time, and at any time, we could always dial that back, correct, Joe? Okay, so, I think we have to put that in Vicky's purview also, so there's something we need to talk to Vicky about.
Can I just question if we push it out to, say, March quarter?
Yeah, March.
Oh, okay, that's
January,
right. So we're
February,
just
March.
talking basically another month.
Yeah,
Okay.
right, after February,
I
so
just
the
don't want
3
to push
months.
it out, like
the
I was
quarter.
thinking a whole quarter. And
Oh,
then
I'm sorry,
vendors don't
you're thinking I'm
respond.
bringing you into June.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's like,
apologize.
yeah, they
No.
won't respond till June then.
No, no,
so,
no,
okay.
no. So that's a conversation we'll also have with Vicky. I don't want to lose Amber at this stage in the game. So, or Jay. So everything seems to be going good. So can I get a motion to extend the deadline right now on contingent of speaking with Vicky also?
I move to extend the deadline?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
So, Mike, do you want to follow up with her?
Yeah, I'll follow up with Vic.
Then you don't want me to follow up with her?
No, I'll follow up with Vic. I'll just check in with her.
Okay,
Yeah.
'cause it's also about posting positions and stuff like that.
Correct.
So, okay, you'll follow up with her. So I'm.
You know what, Lynn? You.
I'll be out of it, that's fine.
No,
I just
no.
wanna be clear.
Nobody's saying be out of it. I'm saying, but you followed up with her. Who followed up the first time on this? When we went through the county?
Me.
She's been.
Oh, I thought it was you.
No, Lynn's been
Okay.
doing
I
all
did the
shepherding
whole
all
thing.
that work
Okay.
through the governance. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
You wanna do it now?
That's fine.
Ball is
No,
there.
I thought it was the chair in the beginning.
No, I was
Okay?
working through with Lynn on that. I was working as chair with Lynn out of governance to move all that forward.
Okay.
With governance.
Yeah, let's continue what we have, continuity and flow. Let's keep
I
it
mean,
going.
You may need to
No.
obviously we'll follow up, but she and I have been trading phone calls as the next step.
Okay, that's fine. So, the last thing in here is, I know Amber spoke to Joe and I spoke to Joe, and we talked about the escrow balances. Did you get this copy, this new one?
I didn't get that, no, but I can certainly,
But that's something that I think we touched base on, so I don't think we need to go into that right now.
right, it's an operating, policy, operating procedure
Mhm.
of the IDA. Amber and I have talked about, I think we have a reasonable solution, and we'll just move forward on that.
Perfect, perfect. Okay. Any other old business? Any new business?
Amendment to the bylaws?
Yeah, amendment to the bylaws, page 9. Can't get my fingers
Do you
there.
want me to take that, or do you want to take that?
No.
I'm happy to take that, okay. So, page 13 of your materials
Mhm.
approves, is a resolution for consideration with respect to the amendment of the bylaws. I've attached a red line version of the new bylaws for your review. These bylaws were distributed to you well in advance of the meeting by Amber pursuant to the requirements under the bylaws, namely that you get at least 7 days' notice of the amendments. The amendments are technical in nature, changing the annual meeting date and time, the regular meeting date and time to conform to what our actual practice is, and changing the description or the title of the chief officer of the IDA and the finance officer of the IDA. And with that, there's no real substantive changes to the bylaws. And with that, I'll make sure I didn't miss anything, and I'll ask Amber just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, but that's the extent of it.
Motion to approve the changes as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We'll take a couple minutes here before the CRC
Jay, you ready? You're good? Okay.
Show you this stuff.
All right.
They're so cute.
That is precious.
Sorry.
No, no. Cute is cute. Exactly. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation January 18th, 2023 annual meeting, beginning at, what is that, 10:42? Is that 10:42 a.m.? I'd like to call the meeting to order and begin with roll call. Diane Einen here. Lynn Archer. Here. Mike Ham.
Here.
Steve Kelly. Rashida Tyler absent with notice. Rachel Silverman.
Here.
And Kastu Bajo is absent with notice as well. Mission statement of the Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation is to promote community and economic development in Ulster County in ways that complement the work of Ulster County, primarily through issuing and selling bonds for nonprofit institutions. Public comments on agenda items only. Any public comments? Once, twice, no public comments. I can call your attention to page 3. We're going through our organizational resolutions, and the first order of business is on page 3, the election of a chair. And Joe, may I just ask that we have a motion that we pass the resolution, the same one that we adopted for the IDA and the election of the chair?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Chair.
So we need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And I now, that would reflect that Mr. Ham is now the chair of the CRC, and to that I will hand the invisible gavel over to you.
Thank you, Diane. We'll move to the election of balance of officers. I would like it to reflect the IDA motion to remain, to keep all officers at their current position with the exception of Diane Enyon, who will move to Chairman of Governance and also become the Secretary of the IDA. Can I get a second?
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Annual housekeeping resolution, page 11.
I'll make a motion to accept this resolution.
Second.
All in. Any old business? Any old business? Any new business? Any new business? Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's roll right in here at, what is that?
40.
10:40. Somewhere our clocks are wrong here.
I don't know.
What time do you have,
My phone
Jay?
says 10:40.
Why don't you just give yourself a 2-minute annual meeting and call it 10:44?
Yeah, 10:44. We'll call it that. So, the CRC annual meeting. Following the CRC annual meeting, we'll have the regular CRC meeting on January 18th, 2023. Call it to order. Can I have a roll call? Yes, and that would be me. I'm so used to somebody else doing the roll call. Diane Enyon,
Here.
Lynn Archer,
Here.
Michael Ham here, Steve Kelly.
Here.
Rashida Tyler is absent with notice. Rachel Silverman.
Here.
And Kastu Wallow, who is absent with notice. Okay. Let's see here. So the mission statement of the CRC. Mission of the Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation is to promote community and economic development in Ulster County in ways that complement the work of Ulster County, primarily through the issuing and selling of bonds for nonprofit institutions. Before you, you guys will have the minutes from our last meeting. Please review, and I'll accept a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Public comment on agenda items only. Okay, we'll move into the chair's report. Once again, I look forward to working with everybody here at this board. I think it's going to be a good year moving along. We have some good projects coming into the queue. You know, once again, we're surrounded by very talented people, great council, great staff. You know, and I would also be remiss if I didn't thank outgoing Chairman Diane Enyon for all her hard work, bringing us through a very tough transition and a tough time. And I'd like Diane to say a couple words.
Thank you, everyone. And essentially, what I shared with you during the IDA meeting, thank you for all your good work. And it's been a pleasure working with everyone, and look forward to the new year.
Thank you. Financials.
Starting to dive into the CRC's financials, the IDAs had to come first, be completed in full before the CRCs could be started because of those shared services and the invoicing between the two. So those are getting started, and my hope is that the procurement report and the investment report are before the board for the February meeting. And those will be completed and certified before the annual report is presented.
Thank you, Amber. Amber, great work, by the way. Real good work. Any old business? Any old business? Any new business? Any new business? Motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.